Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It's Sweety here, and today's video is mainly about 10 cards using the fabulous paper pack by Little Birdie. But first I wanted to show you two more packs that I bought from Itsy Bitsy. This first one is DCWV Heirloom Christmas Stack. It has some specialty papers with glossy accents, and the paper pack is absolutely beautiful. Some have fully built scenes like this one, while others have a vintage look. This one here has glitter on it, and I simply love these papers. The second paper pack is called the Crafty Christmas, and this is also by DCWV. All of these papers have craft paper. Now I love craft paper, but more in the sense of looking at it than actually creating something out of it. There are a few pattern papers with clear embossing in this paper pack as well, but it clicked me that somehow I'll be able to create card bases from this pack and use it with my Little Birdie Joyful Rhapsody paper pack. Now this Joyful Rhapsody paper pack mostly has papers with vintage feel to it, but there are 3 glitter papers and 1 sheet with a lot of sentiments on it. I have used all 10 sheets somehow in my 10 cards. I still have a lot of it left. Here you can see how I created the card base with a 12 by 12 sheet. I simply cut it in half and folded it in half again. I wanted to show you that if it's possible, I do not let anything go to waste. Here I have cut the lace that you see there. It's a beautiful pattern, and such patterns can become matching embellishments for your card. Also, the squares that you see here showing you the pattern inside can also be very interesting, and I've used them in one of my cards, as you will see later. The first card I made is this one. It is a box card. It opens like this and it has a lot of details. As you can see that despite all of the stuff inside, it lies flat. This interactive card can be so much fun to give. Also, you can use it as a decorative piece. It's actually quite easy to create, and more importantly, it's easy to mail. You can see the detailed elements there, including the cupcakes and the stars, and this makes the card stand out from the rest of my cards. The second card that I have is this one. Now this hanging and ornament was a happy accident because I was going for a spinner card. But then while melting the silver embossing powder that you see on the sentiment there, I melt the glue holding the spinner thread in place. I think it's the green glitter base that makes this card stand out. I used holiday element stickers by Little Birdie. A great way to get more out of your star stickers is to cut them in half and stick at the corners like I did. For my third card, I've used the squares on the front sheet that I showed you before, and this has turned out fabulous. It's a normal folding card because my mom dislikes the idea of a top folding card for some reason. I alternated the plain and busy squares to get this look. Even the Santa image you see here is from the paper pack itself. All of these die cuts are done using Tim Holtz Regal Crest die. I cut each element with a different paper from the same paper pack. For the fourth card, I made a shaker. Shaker cards are my favorite because they are easy to create and so much fun for the recipient. Each circle that you see here has a different paper and also a different color of glitter: silver, green, and golden. The red paper sandwiching the muted peach colored paper creates such a great contrast. fifth card is a top folding card. The snowflake is an old Sizzix die. This sentiment here is again from the paper pack itself. This golden thread that you see there on the bow is a zari thread, and I bought it from the streets of Chandni Chowk. A lot of elements here are reused, but as you can see, I used the lace that I cut initially in the beginning of this video. Next card is a fairly simple one, but I did try to add interest by getting the ribbon to go on inside of the panel. I hope you can see the tiny little image I heat embossed there. We are already on the 7th card. For this I used Nestabilities dies by Spellbinders, and this cuts out such intricate and pretty images. These flowers that you see here on the die cut, they are also by Little Birdie. They add such vintage look to the card. I did use a gold glitter pen in the center of these flowers for added interest. Notice how the bird sticker is from the same sticker set. I simply used my alcohol markers to color this bird and match the rest of my elements. That is one reason I always prefer buying white or silver embellishments. I can always color them to match my card. The next card is a pretty huge one if you look at it as against the rest of the cards. That is because I just love this deer's image. The snowflakes that you see there have been punched using a punching tool. Only when you cut the paper into so many pieces that you realize it has so much detail going on. Anyways, the next card has a fancy border and 4 stitching details. While I was making this card, I was wishing for a stitching machine that I could use in my card making. I used Sakura Jelly Roll pen to draw the white lines that you see there. The gold flower is actually something I saved from a chocolate cover. You must have noticed such flowers on the covers of various chocolates that are handmade chocolates. This last card is pretty simple. I cut out poinsettia images and glued them all randomly on this craft cardstock. Most of the cards I made have a lot going on, and just 2 of them are relatively clean and simple. I wanted to create 10 very different cards using a single paper pack, and holiday sets like Joyful Rhapsody provide an amazing opportunity to do just that. I would say that this shaker card and the Regal Crest card are my favorite among the lot. I hope you like how these cards turned out, and if you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. This motivates me to create more such videos. Thanks for stopping by.